If your friends and family don't understand your decision to pursue your online entrepreneurship endeavors, there's really only one thing that I believe you can do. In fact, the only thing that you must do that will make them come around, if that is, if that is even something that you even care for. Okay, like if you actually want them to come around, this is pretty much the one thing that you must do. And I will share that what that is, or what I believe that is, later on in the video. In the meantime, if you are someone that is interested in getting started with some kind of online business or so, one that I'd highly recommend right now, which is going pretty well for a lot of people, is selling digital products, right? And that could be digital products that you create as your own, or other people's that you sell as an affiliate. Okay, and if you want to get started with something like that, I would highly encourage you to check out the first link in the description below this video. It will show you how to get started doing all of that, setting you up with the right foundation that will give you a chance for long-term success. Okay, so that's going to be the first link in the description below this video. And the other thing about that is, if you are someone, especially who is looking to grow a YouTube channel for the purposes of getting monetized through the YouTube Partner Program, before that actually happens, selling digital products is a great way to monetize your channel before you get to the point where you get to join the YouTube Partner Program and get monetized with AdSense and all that type of stuff. So if you're interested, or if you've always wanted to start an online business but just never really knew where to start, all those things will be taken care of in the first link in the description below this video. All right. Now, if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Christian. Well, welcome aboard. My channel is I Am Christian M, a place where I decided to document my attempted journey to financial independence. And one of the biggest things that I've decided, or at least that I've seen at this particular point in time of my life, that would give me the best chance to get there, in terms of, like, if you, especially if you're looking from a standpoint of trying to catch up with where you think you should be or ought to be, right? This, the online entrepreneurship is pretty much, what I feel like is, at least in my case anyway, right? I'm not saying that that should be for everybody. It's not for everybody. Well, I mean, it's not I'm not going to sit here and say that this is for everybody, right? Because some people just don't care for this stuff, right? But if you are someone that wants to get started with some kind of online business, and you feel like you're a little bit behind, or and whether it's in fact financially, right? This is a good way to get there without the traditional amount of time that it would typically take. Let's say if you were at a corporate job, or like trying to get a some kind of high paying job and climbing ladders and all that type of stuff, right? So again, this is by no move. I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to say that this is like a guaranteed type thing, or some kind of get rich quick type stuff, which a lot of people may tend to associate a lot of different online businesses with. But it is a good way to go. All right, I've seen a lot of people succeed with this. A lot of people just get started with no prior experience and do really well. And I mean, I've had some good results myself. So that's the reason why I would encourage anybody that is remotely interested in getting started to take a look at it. Okay, and like I mentioned, on this channel, I usually it's supposed to be like a documentation of, like, my journey to financial independence, and this is the vehicle that I've chosen, right? So online business, and more specifically things like digital marketing, affiliate marketing, right, and selling digital products. So that's all something for you to consider. Now, it is one of those things, right? It's not a traditional route, right? It's not really mainstream. It's not something that people are aware of. So naturally, a lot of people look at it. There are going to be a lot of people that look at this type of stuff like, as uh, as a scam, right? You know, it's funny how that word gets thrown around carelessly, right? A lot of times people don't understand something, and I see it online all the time. The first thing they revert to is like it has to be a scam, right? Just the thought of people making money online, I can understand it's not traditional, it's not normal. So when it's and especially when you see some of the astronomical amounts that people are making, right? People making the sort of money that the average person makes in a year. You know, people come online and they do that like in a month and stuff like that. So of course it's going to seem ridiculous or seem like it's just not real or not possible, but there are people doing it. Okay, there are people doing it. Now, if you've been, if you're someone who has been at that point where you're looking to do this type of stuff online, right? And let's say like many of us, like, in fact, all of us go through this, right? When you're during that period of being on the struggle, that struggle phase where you're figuring things out and nothing's really happening, right? I'm sure you've experienced a whole thing with people, whether it's friends, family, and all that type of stuff, or friends even like making fun of you or telling you to go get a real job and all that type of stuff. You've probably experienced that, or you even have people who don't really see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, and they may feel like you're wasting your time, and they'll encourage you to they'll try to tell you that, oh, like, stop wasting your time with stuff, go get a real job, like you could be so much further ahead if you had actually stuck to a traditional job, so to speak. And that very well might be true, right? Because especially when it comes to business, there are no guarantees, right? There are no guarantees, and it is one of those things that as an individual, if you do decide to go after it, you absolutely, absolutely have to be committed and sure, about what it is that you're doing, right? Like, are you one of those people that is still skeptical, right? And then you're dipping your toes into it and you just want to see where this goes, or are you one of those people that has seen enough to know that it's real and you're going to succeed at it and go after it no matter what? Okay. If you're the latter, then you have a really, 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 the chances are really high that you are going to succeed, right? And now, when it comes to what I mentioned earlier, the one and only thing that you can do, the only thing that at least that I believe that you can do that will make people come around is you have no choice. You have to succeed, right? The only thing you can do is succeed. You must succeed, right? You must absolutely succeed, because if there's one thing that everybody understands, right? If there's one common language that everybody understands, it's money. Okay, so if you're, going after your stuff and you're actually making money, doing well and all that type of stuff, you'll be surprised. Funny enough, those same people, all right, who were laughing, or maybe not necessarily laughing, but they just weren't necessarily didn't think much of what you were doing. Those are the same people that will probably come around and start asking you to show them how to do what you're doing. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. But really, don't. I guess what I want to tell you in this video is, like, don't be disappointed, or don't feel bad about the fact that like, people that are your friends or people that are your family or people that you consider the closest to you, like, don't feel bad or don't be bothered if they are not as supportive as you would think they would be, or as you would want them to be, because it's just, like I said, it's not mainstream. It's just not something that people are completely aware of, right? um but it's on you now, right? It's on you to actually do the work, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you absolutely do succeed. Okay, and not let I guess not let it be not let it be something that turns out to be a waste. Okay, like a waste of time. Let it not be that at the end of the day you were indeed wasting your time. But then again, it's just one of those difficult things, right? Because nothing is guaranteed. But if you put yourself with the right set of people, surround yourself with the right set of people, you know, whether it's and the best people to surround yourself with would be people who are actually doing the same thing that you are trying to do, right? And get in touch and get to, you know, get to learn from people who are ahead of you, who are already doing what it is that you, who are successfully doing what it is that you are trying to do. And you will it'll be it's just a matter of time, right? It's just a matter of time. If you're doing everything following, get mentors, right? If that's if that's something you have to do, right? A lot of people struggle for a long time, and I know I've been guilty of this. A lot of people struggle for a long time because they're trying to figure it out on their own, right? When it doesn't have to be that hard. There are people who have already successfully done exactly what you're trying to do, right? So just model those people, right? Just learn from those people and do the same thing that they're doing, right? Follow in their footsteps, right? It'll make the journey that much easier, I promise, okay? So, anyway, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, put them in the comment section below. I will be sure to answer. And like I mentioned earlier, if you're looking for like a really good way to get started with some kind of online business, especially for beginners, which like the barrier to with the barrier to entry being really low, I would encourage you to check out that first link in the description below this video. It will teach you how to get started. All right. Thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch, and I will catch you in my next video. Ciao.